Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of the Power Hour. Tonight's episode has a name. It is called The Power Hour Presents Odyssey to Accountability. And of course, I'm Steve, and of course, my partner and friend, the urban sensation, the icon, the legend known as C Red. Rion will be along after a few minutes. The real deal is real late, but he will be here. Traffic and heat prohibitive. And joining us tonight is none other than area superstar, global superstar, I guess you could call him at this point, none other than JPH. Now, is it the Odyssey JPH? Is it 2095? Where are we at these days?
See, I appreciate you calling me a global talent, Steve. I really commend that because really, I was really just going to come up in this little podcast of yours and just talk mad stuff. But since you asked so nicely on what the Odyssey or 2095 really is, I'll perfectly explain to you what makes me the Odyssey. See, what makes me the Odyssey, Steve, unlike you, I make things eventful. I make sure that everybody knows exactly who I am and what I can do in a professional wrestling ring. And 2095, well, that speaks for itself. I'm from the year 2095, a year, well, unfortunately for you, Steve, we'll never get the chance to unfortunately see.
Well, that's
you
fair.
And everybody else knows that it's inevitable to just not even be a part of it, Steve. And you know this. Come on now.
You know what? I'll be real happy if I make it to 2035. So, yes, probably not.
You'll be very lucky to even make it to 2025.
Well, okay, that's fair too. I'm not going to argue with. Got a lot. What now? What the hell are you doing with a lightsaber? Are there really lightsabers in the future?
Steve, I'm gonna need you to calm down, Steve, because right about now, even if I wanted to come up there to your house, which I don't know where it is, it's not a lightsaber. But I will tell you that this right here is a really nice looking katana that I ended up purchasing with POW money that I already told you that I have an undisclosed amount of. And first off, how dare you sit here and say that my sword right here is a lightsaber? This right here will hurt you, Steve.
Well, I think a lightsaber would be pretty painful too. I mean, I've seen all the movies. That's a weapon that you don't want to mess with.
Of course, and this is also a weapon that you don't want to mess with, Steve.
Well, in the hands of a professional, maybe.
You don't want to mess with. It's also a weapon that Hunter Payne doesn't want to mess with. James Creed doesn't want to mess with. VIP doesn't want to mess with. The entirety of Southland Championship Wrestling doesn't want to mess with this here sword because it can and it will hurt you, Steve. Now, go on and ask your little stupid questions. I really don't care, but go ahead. Go on.
Wow, he's really got me in the box, this future guy. Okay, well, C Red, you obviously have been part of the Odyssey, as we've called it, longer than I have. You have been a part of the wrestling community, and you saw JPH long before I ever got to call his matches. And what are your thoughts on JPH now as opposed to Jordan P. Harrison then?
Jordan, listen to my advice. Simple. So you have to understand, I know talent. It's not bragging, but after 20 years in the business, you know talent. So where Jordan was stuck. Jordan, he was hungry, but he was stuck. And I told him, if he remembers this, let me know. We did a show, and it was about 3 or 4 of them standing around me. And I told them, you can't stay here. You have to get out and go and grow. You gotta go other places. You know. Jordan took that and took it to, I hate to say it, to infinity and beyond, but it's the only catchphrase that's popping
I
in my
appreciate
head.
that, C-Red, unlike Steve here.
You know, so
Fair.
he the first thing he did, he went, unfortunately, but it is what it is. He went to Southland,
What?
and he got
Let him talk.
better.
Let him talk.
He got better training. Not saying where he wasn't good training, but there was only so much, and he had already reached that glass ceiling. At that point, he went to Southland. And not only did he go to Southland, then he decided to reinvent himself. So he didn't stay in the same mind frame. He decided, you know what? Now I've got this under my belt. It's time to reinvent myself. And
Hey,
then,
C-Red.
yes, sir.
Very, very, I love listening to the way you talk about the past and you talk about the way somebody has built themselves into a brand like JPH did. And, just because I'm mad at him now doesn't mean I don't have mad respect for the man. But what you said is he was stuck and he went to SCW, Southland Championship Wrestling, and found who he was and became who he was under the SCW umbrella because of those he was training with, because those who supported him, and because of Hunter Payne. That's pretty much what you're saying, right, Red? I just want a quick clarification.
No.
Kind of sounds like what you said.
No.
Like he owes a debt of
Stop
gratitude to Southland.
Stop trying to put your.
I'm just trying to understand, man. I'm just trying to understand.
I'm gonna give this man a sandwich, please.
He was stuck again because of where he was and only wrestling for one said company. And again, seeing his potential, knowing that there was more in him, again, he couldn't just, don't get it twisted. I'm all about, I hate this word right today because you're going to twist this. I'm all about loyalty. But at the same time, you have to know, guess what? I've outgrown this. You don't, why keep staying at a job and you realize there's no room for growth. There's no room for my paycheck to go up, my income to go up. I'm at that level where I'm just done. So it's either you accept that and you take what they give you, or you move on because you know your worth. And that's always been my thing with younger guys. Know your worth. It's not just about the paydays. It's also about your ability, what you bring to the table. And at that time, Jordan was stuck. He moved on. He got, and let's be honest, Steve, you're trying to put it all on Southland. And honestly, it was about, there's only two companies that I recommend to anybody. And that's honest. That's Southland and that's CSW. If guys want to get trained the right way, not trained in somebody's garage, not trained in by somebody, but you using somebody else's facility. No. If you want to be trained the right way, my opinion, Southland, CSW. That's it.
And one thing that I want to point out, C-Red, is, and I'm glad that he said all this, and this is something that unfortunately Steve and the rest of Southland just failed to realize. I've moved on, Steve. I moved on from Southland. I moved on from them, and I went directly to Power Entertainment. Now, I don't understand why you're so upset about that, Steve. Why are you upset that it was just my time to go. I don't understand that. And just be honest with you, Steve, to be quite honest with you, I'm actually quite insulted that you think to yourself that oh, it's about the loyalty. It's about the loyalty. It's about loyalty, guys. That's what it's about. It's never been about loyalty, Steve. It's all about what makes the top dollar. And right about now, Pal's paying me a good amount of money to just be myself finally. I can finally be myself, something that Southland just couldn't let me do anymore. So I'm sorry to say this, Steve. I'm really, really sorry to say this as you finally take your sunglasses off and I can finally see you in your eyes that you're just lost, puzzled, dazed and confused. And at the end of it all, I have what it takes to beat your little big old self and everybody else in Southland. So I don't have really all that much to say about you. I'm pretty sure C-Rec can ask me a whole bunch of questions and I'll answer it to the fullest extent. But to you, Steve, probably not.
That's fair. C-Red, you're up.
Good, C-Red. I really want you to make these valid questions for me, something that Steve can't do.
Well, that's only because I can't even say why he was all Southland and then he was not Southland and then somebody paid him some extra chiclets or something. I don't know. And
I don't work in chiclets.
You know, whatever.
I do like a chiclet, but I don't work for them.
Whatever you eat, JPH, let me ask this. First of all, congratulations on the Dustin Rhodes Academy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And AEW debut on Dark. And maybe that's why they don't get it. So Steve, when we say hit a glass ceiling, he hit another glass ceiling. So maybe y'all didn't see this coming, but it was already foretold because he had did it once. Now he's training with Dustin Rhodes. Do you understand that the Rhodes family?
I do.
The son of a plumber is training JPH. Do you get that? He's on TV.
I watched it.
So
I want you to watch it again.
That other glass ceiling, he broke that too. Do y'all not get that?
I get it. I get the glass ceiling. And, like I said at the beginning, my problem is not this man's talent. My problem is not this man's success. I remember sitting there watching the AEW Dark match against Penta with an incredible amount of pride because it was solid work like he always does. JPH, I've never seen a bad match from this man. I always see 110%. And I remember the night he became champion for the first time. I remember the locker room pouring out. I remember the support. I remember the tears. It was a beautiful moment at Southland Championship Wrestling. And I understand that you hit the ceiling and you need to do other things and you need to go other places. Oh, the places you'll go, says Dr. Seuss. And you've gone a lot of places. To go down to Dustin Runner School in Texas and dominate like you did is unbelievable. You should be incredibly proud of that. That's a tough gig. And then to go on Dark and wrestle someone like Penta is the honor of all honors. Not everybody in this, hi, Rian. So not everybody in Chicagoland has had opportunity like that. And it's not anything you were given. You earned it 100%. So I'm not taking any of your shine away, man. I'm a fan. I just think you're a prick.
Okay. You say all those things. You say all those things, Steve. And all of a sudden, you just want to it's like you're just trying to give me all this gold right here, in my possessions, because you're right, Steve. I did earn it. But since you want to call me a prick, you just want to snatch it away. You just want to snatch it all away. And Steve,
like you did James Creed's ACL.
Oh, let's not get
away.
started about James Creed's ACL. His ACL was torn before I made it worse, okay? I made sure that James Creed was out of the picture. Only on maybe a temporary, or in this case, a permanent basis. Who knows? Who cares? Blase Skippy. I don't care about James Creed. I don't care about his credentials, to be honest. I don't care about his look. I don't care about anything that he does. I don't even care about the fact that he was a former Genesis champion, because, well, I was the heavyweight champion. You want to sit here and you want to just name James Creed. James Creed, right about now, knows his place. And right now, his place is in a hospital.
That's true too.
Use that all. You can use all that. Load it up. Yes, James Creed, we wish you well. About to undergo surgery. We're very hopeful that when you come back, you are somewhat bionic, stronger, and better than before, because we're going to need somebody to shut the mouth of Mr. 2095 here, because apparently he's going to continue to talk. Let's talk a little bit about what I'm going to keep this professional, and I owe it to Red to be a professional, so I'm going to do it. Let's talk about your experiences in Texas with Dustin Runnels. It really looks to me, based on what I saw of you when you were here prior to it, and then you came back, it really looks like you've reinvented just about every facet of your, not only persona, but of your skill. You're faster, you're crisper, you're more violent. Your striking, I think, has improved amazingly. Take us through what you learned down there to make you essentially a registered weapon now.
Well, it's funny. It's great that you asked that question, Steve, and that's actually finally a pretty valid question that you greatly have, and I don't think that you might have any more. But since you asked that question, I'll answer it for you. My time at the Rhodes Wrestling Academy was delightful. It was exceptional. It was one of the greatest things really to happen in my professional career, and great thing on my personal life as well. Great things about wanting to just keep stepping and keep moving forward to the next level, wanting to know exactly what it's like for even me to even have what it takes to actually be a part of not only of the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, but the AEW and any other professional wrestling ring around. It's really a great experience. And for Dustin Rhodes, Mr. Rhodes, as I would like to call him, to give me that kind of knowledge and to give me that kind of skill to be the individual that I am today, I just can't thank him enough. I just can't. It's really one of the things where it's
take your time, man.
It's a real great experience. A real great experience. I enjoyed my time. I have what it takes. I knew what it took. And in the end, I'm going to take the knowledge and the advice that Mr. Rhodes has given me, and I'm going to go beyond the exosphere. I'm going to go beyond, transcend galaxies, universes known to man, Steve. And that's something that, well, like I said, Steve, unfortunately, you can't seem to grasp. I don't have to say no more about it. I really don't.
No, you've said quite enough. It definitely, many people get invited down to the Rhodes Academy. Many people go. Not everybody flourishes. Not everybody gets it, and not everybody is blessed with the opportunity by putting in the work, and you clearly did. So congratulations to you, sir, on that. You must work.
I want my
pretty hard.
flowers at the end of the day, Steve.
Fair. It would take exceptional performance to get booked in a match against Penta in any promotion at any level at any time. That is a marquee superstar, if ever there was one, and is legendary. So JPH goes to AEW Dark and finds out his opponent is Penta. How do you react to something like that? I mean, for you, I assume, maybe wrongly, but I assume that you've been in this business long enough. You were a wrestling fan prior and probably still are a wrestling fan now. And was it a mind-blowing experience to have your first televised match against someone of that caliber?
Well, it was really an unexpected thing, really. It was really an unexpected thing to even be in the same exact ring with Penta Oscuro. Penta Oscuro is one of the best luchadors all around, man. And for me to slightly keep up with Penta Oscuro, unfortunately, I lost. We won't talk about that, but I did manage, like I said, to slightly keep up with Zero Fear himself, Penta Oscuro. And that is one of those feats and accomplishments that I can really be proud of. Because like I said, it was an unexpected thing. Wasn't even prepared to even wrestle Penta in the slightest. But since I did, now I know I am ready for this.
See, Red, you saw him fight that match. You saw the match on Dark. You saw what this young man did as far as in-ring competition against a man that you have been a fan of for many, many years. What were your thoughts? I mean, sword notwithstanding, katana notwithstanding, what were your thoughts when you saw JPH fight against someone that I know you have a great deal of respect and fandom for?
Man, really? First of all, I don't want them problems. So JPH is a better man than me because the hell with that. I'm good. But I felt like I did a couple of weeks ago when I saw my daughter walk across the stage and graduate. There's this sense of pride. There's this sense of, so you have to understand, when you give young guys in the business advice, they're going to do one or two things with it. They're either going to listen, or they're going to ignore it. One of the two. So to see and know, I gave him that advice years ago. And now look at him. He is on TV with a major superstar. They didn't put him in there with, from San Diego, Venezuela, it is Joe Blow. No, they put him in there with Penta. And they put him in there because they knew it would be a good match. Again, so I was proud. I was happy. Again, me personally, I don't want them problems. I'm good. But he put up a great showing. And again, when you think about the momentum that JPH is building right now, Steve, honestly, y'all should be scared.
I should be petrified, Steve.
Well, I mean, it's certainly, coming from that moment that I shared with C Red, a sense of pride watching, someone I'd been calling matches for almost a calendar year, do his thing on television, was amazing. I felt so delighted, so exhilarated that a man that had worked so hard, that had been working for years, finally got a taste, finally got his due, finally got the success that he craves. It was great for me. And then we came to last month. And you know what? Let's even stop before last month. Let's go back the month previous when you triumphantly returned with the futuristic helmet, the lights going down, the crowd exploding, the venue off the hook, the return of the prodigal son. It was great theater. And you were at the top of your game, flying around the ring like you were Rocket Man.
Theater. Wait. Time out. What do you mean by theater, Steve? What do you mean by theater?
You're an entertainer now, not so much a wrestler. Power entertainment. So I'm talking in theater terms, so you'll feel at home at Rumple's, which is fine. We don't mind our neighbors in Wisconsin to the north. They're fine. Working for Carrot Top and crew, it's okay. You're gonna make your choices. Because he's got that carrot. You know what I'm saying?
I've been here long enough to know where this is going.
Right.
So it's fine.
So then last month happened.
Rian, do you have a question? Rian?
Go ahead, Rian.
I'm tired of Steve.
He's tired
telling me about this stupid stuff about theater and all this stuff and Carrot Top and the boys up in Wisconsin and whatnot. Rian, do you have a question?
Oh, well, I do, but normally they gave me this. So normally I would do a timeout, but you guys are going back and forth and I didn't want to stop because the way that he doesn't want any problems with point that way. The way that C-Red doesn't want any problems with Kenta, I don't want any problems with you. The guy that's got the blade in the vehicle that can literally just show up whenever he wants to. So I was afraid to ask questions. So you please forgive me.
Steve, let me ask you a question, Steve, since this is your show and this is
wait.
Hold on, because for some
I gotta call time out.
goofy reason, he wants to picture all this stuff about theater and all this stuff like that. Steve, make no mistake about it. I'm not even thinking about Rian's little goofy little.
He's not letting you call it. He's not giving you time. He's not giving it to you.
All this kind of stuff like that, Steve. The only thing that's theater around is the commentary that you spew off yourself. So my question to you is, why do you have so much disdain for the man, the myth, and by God, the Odyssey of just doing what he wants to do?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that. We're gonna give Rian a timeout. Rian, what do you got, man? Don't have a heart attack. Jesus Christ. What do you got, Rian? I'm sorry. I'll answer Jordan's or JPH 2095 flux capacitor, man. I'll answer his question in a minute. Rian, what do you got? You okay? Tacos got a little kick, don't they?
I have not seen the 2095 scenario. Unless it was said while I was gone, would it be possible for you to explain once he gets done whatever he's about to say to me what the 2095 deal is?
2095, Rian, is the year that I have come from. I'm from the future, Rian. I am from the future of professional wrestlers all across the galaxy, from Saturn to Jupiter to Mars to Venus. Each and every single individual wrestler that I have come across within that year particular, I have beaten. And now, since I'm here in the current year, 2022, not only, Rian, I am the legit from the future, but I want to be the actual future of current professional wrestling, Rian. Rian, let's just get one thing straight right now. The year 2022 going forward is going to be something that has never been seen before from a man from 2095, and it's going to be mythical, not legendary, but mythical.
Okay, that's on me. That was on me. That's
How you feel now?
That's all right.
You all right?
That was on me. My apologies. I'm gonna go back to eating and doing the
Man fell off a toilet, hit his head, and came up with time travel. That's how it happened. I know. I saw that.
Came up with time travel. Came up with time travel. Oh wow. Okay, Steve. I see how it is.
You see, he sees.
Let me guess. You're gonna do your little goofy old Back to the Future references, huh?
Every chance I get. We're about going 88 miles an hour in a minute.
All that kind of stuff like that. Go ahead, Steve. Ridiculous.
It's the C-Red show. It's the C-Red Power Hour.
Which way is it? Which way is it? You're going one direction.
I never know, because I think I'll be pointing the right way, but then when they put it back, I end up looking like an idiot, and I'm just pointing.
He's pointing everywhere just to cover his bases, which is,
because I never know where the screen is, so I'm just pointing wherever I think C-Red may be. But it's the C-Red Power Hour featuring Steve Aaron, presented in 7K Reon Vision.
Steve, you got one hell of a mouth. Got one hell of a mouth. And you like to say a whole lot of stuff.
I do have one hell of a mouth. It's true. That's right. So look, Marty, let's talk a little bit more about the last episode of SCW in Shabanza. You okay?
You didn't even say anything.
My mouth is from the future too. My mouth is in 2095 right now, trying to find him. See, it's a whole paradox. It's a multiverse. We got a lot going on here. The DeLorean's outside. We're ready. Okay.
I don't speak. That's why I'm just gonna go back doing this and continue on with that.
Last month in Shabanza, Pow came and took everything.
Mm-hmm.
Took our titles, took a lot of pride, and took the hearts of many of our fans. Of all the battles we have had thus far, that was the most decisive Pow victory I had seen to this point. It was hard to watch from commentary. It was even more difficult to be in the ring as the ring announcer as it was falling to pieces around me. I can handle losing belts. That happens all the time. I can handle the war because we've been at war now since the beginning of the year. What I'm having a problem handling is you going after and ultimately taking out your friend, your partner, the man who has had your back since day one, the first man to congratulate you when you won your title in that very, very emotional moment for you. And you took that shirt off, standing over that man's body, and all I could think of was why, JPH? Why? Yes, Riyadh.
I've already.
My apologies. I don't think that way. I just want to make it clear that's not me. I'm just putting it out there. Like whatever he's saying, I got no, that's not me. I think you're great. I'm just not, it has nothing to do with the sword. It has nothing to do with you being mobile at the moment. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just saying you are terrific. The hell what he's saying, he's wrong. I'm just putting
How am I wrong? How's my opinion wrong?
Hey, the internet is a crazy place. So you go.
Leon is right. Your opinion is wrong.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, of course it's wrong.
Yeah, go.
Why? I mean, money, opportunity, power, katanas. I mean, anybody can buy a sword, but not everybody can wield a sword. I'm still waiting to see that.
You're still waiting to see that. It's gonna be coming soon. But why?
Answer the damn question, Highlander.
I'm going to answer the question. So you ask why, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why did I do what I did?
I believe I'm entitled to an answer.
You believe that you're entitled to an answer?
I think I'm entitled.
To an answer? Okay, you believe you're entitled to an answer. The answer that I'm trying to give you as to why. Why? I'll tell you why. The reason is that's none of your freaking business. Why, Steve? That's none of your business as to why I did what I did. Just know that I did it.
Man, I'll tell you what. It's a good thing that you are as talented as you are.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because with this decision that you've made, your talent is going to be absolutely necessary to get you out of the circumstances you're in. Now, you've turned your back on SCW. That was very clear when you ripped the POW, when you ripped your shirt off and it was POW underneath and you left with them. Very clear the decision and the choice you made. But as a friend of mine has told me for many, many years now, there are always consequences for your actions and then the subsequent reactions.
Okay, Steve. What kind of consequences is going to come? What kind of consequences are there?
I'm just not sure you've thought this through. I mean, in the moment, I mean, you're powerful. You're on top of the world. POW is bowing at your feet. Jimmy Blaze is your best friend. You got Bitch Headford on speed dial. It's great. You're wonderful.
You just call Chris Headford a female dog? Did you just do that?
Because I have enough respect to not use the C.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna waste a timeout on that. I thought about it and I said, no, I'm not even gonna waste time out.
Do you think for a minute that you've actually found a home, my friend?
I did.
Because if you think you did with that crew, with Spade, with Tiny, with Mistress Misery, with Jimmy Blaze, with Kazile, all those cast of characters, if you think that's your home, you better take your ass back to 2095 and hit reset.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Steve. But like I said, what kind of consequences really is there for me? You keep saying all the stuff about consequences. There's going to be consequences for you, JPH. There's going to be consequences. So what kind of consequence is there really for me to even have? What am I going to reap?
JPH, he's only saying that because he's taking a dig at me.
I'm not taking a dig at you. I'm showing your wisdom because you're right. Everything has consequences, see, Red.
Okay, so let's see. Let's his actions were get trained by Dustin. His actions were wrestle Penta. Your reaction was, oh, he did great. My reaction was, he did great. But the consequence was taking out James Creed.
I don't think that I'm going to have any form of consequences. To be honest with you, I don't think we're going to be seeing James Creed for a long time. So those consequences, they're never going to come my way.
You're going to have to answer to, there'll be people to answer to.
Oh, what kind of people is that going to be, huh? Is that going to be James Creed? Because like I said, he's gone. He's gone. He's out. So what other individual out there really am I going to suffer some consequences?
I'm just saying that there are, I am not the only one that feels this way about you. Matter of fact, a close personal friend of mine has got a few things to say, and I thought it would be a good idea to have him say it to your face. So we're going to welcome in our special guest right now, if you don't mind. And now you will have someone else to answer to.
Who's this? Who's this person?
That's a big R. That might as well be R on the chest of a superhero. As soon as Super R activates his camera.
Oh,
Oh Lord. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Power Hour the biggest and greatest SCW super fan on planet Earth, Special Olympics champion, the Nieser, Ryan Neese. And
let's get the pleasant.
he's got something to say.
First, let me get the pleasantries out of the way. Ryan, it's good to see you again since the NXW days.
Hi, Ryan.
T-Red, it's good to see you again. Hopefully we get Special Olympics down soon. And Steve, happy belated birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
How young are you, my good friend?
Let's see. I was born in 2095. No, that's not. I wasn't born in that.
Where's it going?
That's a dead year.
You know what? Screw the pleasantries.
Yeah, screw the. Go get him, Nieser. Go get him. Light him up, Nieser.
What is that? What is that? Is that mine? Is that what
You remember this?
giving you for free?
Dude, you remember this? This is the exact shirt.
I completely remember that shirt, Ryan. I do.
This is the exact same shirt. I respect this. I washed this. I even hugged it when you won every freaking match. But guess what?
Oh my God! Shirts are being thrown.
That respect is out of the freaking window.
Oh.
Not only you betrayed SCW, not only you betrayed everyone that had your back, you betrayed a 7-year good friendship with me and you. And now, I'm sorry, C-Red. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I gotta break the fourth barrier.
He's breaking the fourth barrier.
Me and you have a lot in common, JPH. We both lost our fathers. We had been a good run.
Funny.
But now this time, you have brought down the thunder. Down Hell in a Cell itself.
I mean, Thor Love and Thunder is gonna come out soon in theaters or whatnot. So what are you trying to say, Ryan? What are you trying to say?
It's the funny part. It's the funny part.
The funny part. It's the funny part.
Ready.
Oh no! I ain't ready.
Wait a minute. I'm not ready.
You know what?
You
know what? I challenge you, JPH, to a match.
Oh my God!
Not this show.
Oh.
Not this show, because I'm still at a 90% recovery from the COVID I had. And yes, I am very well, Steve and Ryan. Don't worry. But when the next show comes, you better be, in part of my language, folks, you better be fucking ready, because I will trash you like the dumpster on next Tuesday.
Who are you gonna talk to when that match happens? Are you gonna talk to Hunter? You gonna talk to Hunter Payne to have that match happen? Guess what? I don't even talk to Hunter no more. I'm nowhere near Hunter anymore. I don't care for Hunter. So anytime that you even want to have a match with me, that match ain't even gonna happen. Because guess what? I'm a part of Power Entertainment now. So that,
well, guess what?
For some reason that you don't seem to remember, right, Ryan?
I remember. I held your jacket when Angel threw it in my direction. I held it in my hand. I was so.
I can't do this.
What's this? What's this? What's this, Ryan? What is all this that you try to speak of and all that? See, Ryan,
Then let me.
always wanted to wait. Hold on, Ryan. Hold on, because now it's my turn to talk.
Fine, your floor.
It's my turn to talk now, Ryan. Now, you ready, Ryan? Are you ready, Ryan?
Yeah, take the floor.
I'm not ready.
You wanted to have a match with me ever since I even came into Southland Championship Wrestling to begin with. Every single ample opportunity that you have showed up at the practices, you've always said to yourself, I want to have a match with JPH. I want to have a match with JPH. But now, since I finally jumped ship to another promotion that's a lot better than Southland, now you want to match? Now you want a match now, Ryan?
Then how about this?
Guess what? You might not have it. And even if you did have that ample opportunity to even have that match to begin with, quite frankly, it's gonna be a really bad time for you, Ryan. A really, really, really bad time for you.
How many minutes do we have left, Steve? Because
We
I
don't
want to
have
throw my
many.
match.
This has gone out of control.
Then how about this? No wrestling match. A match I pride myself on along with fellow Sean Mulligan. A drinking match.
Oh,
You
God.
and I want to amp up the ante. If I lose, and I don't want anyone from the Southland knowing except for these people here. If I lose, then God strike me down. I will trade my colors for your colors. In other words,
Time out.
I don't even deserve to be a
Hold it.
Time out.
Rion is calling a Ryan Matthews timeout.
I have a timeout of my own.
Oh, now he's calling
That's
timeout.
okay, you go first. You go first.
Let's double down on this little challenge that you have with me, Ryan. Since you want to have this little drink contest with me, okay. You say that if you lose, you'll wear the POW colors. That's great. That's fantastic. But let's up the ante.
Oh my God.
Let's up the ante.
So not only when I win this little stupid little drinking contest of yours, not only will you have on the POW colors, I want you at every single Southland promotion that you go to and sit there in the middle of the ring and say that POW Entertainment is the better, most dominating promotion than Southland Championship Wrestling.
Neeser, think it through. Neeser, think it through. I believe
don't think it through. Just
I
do
got
it.
love.
Just do it, Neeser. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it.
2 words.
Wait.
No, actually 4.
I have. No. Go ahead. No, say what you got to say.
All right.
I'll wait.
4 words. 2 words. Screw you. 2 other words. You're on.
All right. Well, then that settles it.
Let's shake on it virtually.
No, I prefer if we shook on
Why
it.
not?
I'll do it.
We're already in 2042 at this point.
You know what?
On that challenge, come this Saturday, because I know you're gonna be there, Ryan. I know you are.
No, I won't be. No. See, I took an administrative leave from SCW due to that COVID attack.
Yeah,
Next show, it's ass kicking time.
Whoa! It's clobbering time.
All right.
He's cracking his neck.
Okay, now
That's physical. I don't like the physical.
Now, Steve, I love you, brother, but you're gonna officiate this drinking match.
I'm going to officiate it, but I'm not even a ref.
And I chosen to drink for this.
If he's gonna officiate it, I need someone on POW Entertainment to moderate it.
Fine, choose Pee Wee Heifer.
The matches are being written here. I'm wondering what's going to. Wow. Okay. What is your question? You got a question. Ask the question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ryan. Good friend.
I would just let everything just fly. But this is a serious question. And I'm only going on wrestling logic. Okay. During your challenge, you said, may God strike you down. Now, I know for a fact that God is undefeated in WWE. He's been in 2 wrestling matches.
That's fair.
And he has been
Never
undefeated.
Never lost. I'm not sure he's like got Goldberg stats.
I'm telling you right now, this may be a bad move for you because God did show up. He had Shawn Michaels as his partner at one point, and he lost. I'm just letting you know that you need to watch your back. You may need more than God himself, especially since he's already went back in time because of the 2095 to see the verdict of what's going to take place so he can actually come back and defeat whatever you're going to take place in the drinking contest, you need to pay attention to what's being said. This is why I'm here, to take all of whatever is taking place in front of me and focus it in the tunnel. You need to be worried about the time traveling God that is in front of you as far as JPH.
Not me, not to be confused with me. I don't even like to travel across the state.
It's that.
I won't even use the blade. I won't even use the blade for the drinking contest. I won't even use it.
I kind of think that whole katana thing is you're compensating for something.
Here, this JPH, even this won't help you. Your time traveling won't help
I don't think
you.
he needs to watch because he's already seen everything. He's already
So, Ryan, I agree with you. Guys won a bunch of matches, so
They call that time in history the Crusades.
That is
so I will watch my language. I am sorry.
Well, I don't think God cares about that. I think your language is the last thing on God's list.
That's the point of what I'm saying is that God, your arms are too short. You can't box that dude.
That's what I heard.
True.
I think Max Holiday told me that.
So
and if you sign the petition, we will get the morning after back.
No,
I promise you.
No, I'm pretty sure you won't.
So should I go? So should I go now before my? So Steve, this is up to you. Should I go before I splurt out more?
I think that you have done. I think you've got JPH scared. I think JPH.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Come on now.
Really?
I'm not scared.
Oh, really? I could drink this whole thing before you could say choo choo.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We don't need a drowning here. I don't want to feel responsible.
Let's go. I want to see a preview of that. I want you to.
No, we don't want to see it.
You know what? Let me go grab a cup. Just let me grab a cup.
No, don't grab a cup. We don't want to see it. Oh my God, what is happening here?
All right,
you stay there.
Brandon, you did this. This is your show. You did this.
Because I have some business to take care of right about now. And before I get going, I just want to say this. C-Red, thank you very much for the kind words, for the kind gestures and everything like that. Rihanna, it was a pleasure to meet you and all that. Steve, I don't know what to say about you, Steve, but I'll see you when I see you, I guess.
Have a nice trip back to 2095. Wait, you're going to leave before Easter drinks this? You called him out. You can't go to practice. You got to listen. You got to watch it, coward.
Go to practice, sir. I actually am about to go and get this sword resharpened for this upcoming Southland show that's going to be coming up.
I'm pretty sure swords are illegal at Steve Hollow. There's an ordinance in Mantino.
I'm going to make it
He
legal.
drank it.
Don't worry.
He drank it. That was quick.
Oh, yeah.
My God, he's like, we're going to call him La Pantera. He's a panther.
I saw the cup. I never saw him drink. I was listening to David. Holy shit. I didn't even see it happen.
My God, maybe Ryan Neeser is from the future.
I will win this, and I will be the victor. Nothing will make me more proud than to say SCW.
Wow.
I am out of here. Steve, Ryan, C-Red, have a nice night. JPH.
Power to the Neeser. Neeser Nation in full effect.
Like I said, I got to get going myself because I also have some business to take care of my doggone self. So if you please, excuse me while I attend to those errands.
Goodbye, JPH. I'll see you Saturday.
I'll see you
Thank you for
Saturday.
stopping by.
Likewise.
Okay. It's not how it works. You said likewise as if it was the other show, like you on his show, as opposed to being on C-Red show. Like,
Ain't this about a trip?
yeah, just hang up.
You gotta hang up. Ain't this about a trip indeed?
It's because the technology here is not.
He's
nearly
not.
as advanced
Yeah, I guess you
as
could talk into a walkie.
1995.
You want talking to a watch in the future.
In the future, just shuts off. It just that's all it is. It works out just fine.
Wow.
Well, gentlemen, it's
So we
us
got-
left
we
to
got
our own
square
devices.
planets,
You
wanna
got
run this card down?
What now?
Want to run the card down for Saturday?
Actually, C-Red, I wanna talk for a minute
Oh, no.
about your show on Monday.
Oh, no.
Your charity show for the children. Every year you do amazing things. You and other teachers. I saw Renee Van Peebles, Flash, Silky, some of the mainstays. And you go in the middle of the afternoon and you entertain the children. And although at my new job, I was unable to get vacation time to come and watch, sell hot dogs, whatever you would have had me to do. Next year, I will have vacation time, and I'm putting that day in my calendar because I want to be a part of that magic. I've seen the photos. I've heard the people talking. See, Red, take a victory lap for putting something like this together. We're all so proud of what you do each and every year, and I think it kind of goes by the wayside. And then in July, the Soul Touchers are being inducted, which I think is a pretty cool thing. We're all going to the Midwest reunion in Lake Zurich to watch Red and Marche, Jazz, Trauma, and Willie get inducted as the Soul Touches, an honor that has taken a long time to come, but is finally here. So Red, a lot of impressive philanthropic things that you have been a part of lately. And I feel like now you
philanthropy.
Yes.
That philanthropic.
I just want to give you your due, my friend. I feel like you get overlooked an awful lot for what you bring to the table in this business by some promoters and other people. And like I said, this show wouldn't be going towards episode 100 without you. They certainly don't tune in for me. They tune in for what you bring to the table, hence the C Reds Power Hour. So I salute you. I respect you. And even though we don't see eye to eye at IPW, I think you're one hell of a man. So here's the funny part, Red. I love you.
Wow.
That's on me. I missed it. That's on me.
Just throw shit out the window, right? Just throw it out the window. First of all, the show yesterday couldn't have happened without everybody that gave of their time and showed up. So publicly, Rian, thank you. Rian showed up, did a wonderful job.
No, I did. I did. I watched
it was yes. The best part is watching his reaction to everything that's going on, and there's mass chaos because the students were as crazy as they've ever been. Rian, did you know during the tag match that there was a student that tried to slide in the ring? I never saw that.
I couldn't get there fast enough. Luckily, there was someone there that stopped.
Right, but I had no clue. So
you could be getting choked. You're getting choked at that moment.
Right. And the coworker was like,
that might happen again at IPW. Get choked out? No, it's not going to happen.
So for a coworker be like, hey man, yeah, this kid tried to save you. And I'm like, huh? And he shows me footage and I'm like, what? And you got to understand the dynamic of that relationship is only see this kid when he gets off his bus. And I speak and that's it, So to find out that he tried to get in the ring, there were other female students crying because I was being abused. To hear one student tell Flash, get up for 3 minutes straight. She's yelling at him, get up. It was just the feedback is so much way better. But again,
a lot of stories. I have a lot of stories.
There's always a lot of stories. But they get fed good. Rian comes for the shirt.
Literally the only reason I showed up was for not this shirt. It's a different. I'll bring it next week.
But I couldn't do it. So my hat's off to my principal, all the teachers and staff who support this because they love it just as much as the students love it. Um, you know, and again, the guys and gals that gave of their time. We even had one group. They drove 3 hours just to be there yesterday, and that's one way. So 6 hours total. Um, so I'm appreciative of that. As far as July 17th, Midwest Reunion Hall of Fame.
I got a surprise for you on that one.
um,
July 5th, the Tuesday after the holiday, when we convene here on the Power Hour, our guest will be none other than dignitary from Midwest Pro Wrestling Reunion, Chaz Moretti. And he will talk an awful lot about everybody that's being inducted, including the Soul Touches.
I
And
need to get those shorts.
and Heather Reckless and the brothers of Funstruction and Mr. Riccolo. I mean, it is a studded class. So I'm certainly going to be in Lake Zurich. There's no way I'll be standing in the front row taking the video as Red does his Red dance up on the stage when he gets inducted. I just hope he doesn't slip and fall.
What?
Because
I want my shorts. That man came up here when I first got here and told me he has some shorts that was signed. I want my shorts.
Who?
Chaz Moretti.
All right.
Came up on this very show and said he had some shorts for me. I want my shorts.
Well, we'll talk to Chaz Moretti on July 5th about the shorts.
I'm gonna tell him, give me my goddamn shorts.
And we will talk all about the big reunion on July 17th in Lake Zurich. It's going to be one hell of a day. Red, you got to be just, I mean, when you look at the Hall of Fames, the Baseball Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's one of those things that, artists and athletes, it's not a requirement because they've made the money, they've had the fame, they've had the success. But I think getting inducted into an institution puts a stamp or a period on a career that will always be there. It transcends time and space. Beatles in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Give me a baseball player, any baseball player that's in the Hall. Mickey Mantle in the Hall of Fame.
You can't act. I didn't even get that.
And when you don't get into the Hall of Fame, like Pete Rose or the Monkees, stuff like that, it's not an indemnity that you weren't great. It just, it doesn't provide that. I mean, you're not in a position where you're looking for closure because you've still got a lot of gas in the tank, as do all the touches. I mean, March Hadden, NWA, Jazz is driving me crazy at CSW. Willie, you never know when Willie's going to show up or where he's going to show up. And Trauma is out, in Hollywood doing Hollywood things. So you guys are all still doing what you do, but what does something like that mean?
It means a lot. Coming from Chicago, it means a lot. We're in an area where, honestly, I feel a lot of the guys and gals are unappreciated.
You not like the tacos? No, I'm doing stuff. He's talking.
Where you don't get your flowers per se until you make it to the big dance.
You're right.
You can be the best worker on the scene, but nobody cares if you haven't made it to the big dance. What we set out to do started as just another booking, and I saw so much more. And again, it's funny, you've got you're going to deal with one of the guys behind the birth of the Soul Touches. and Vito Tomaselli. And
Yeah, I'm pushing Vito and Muscle and Fitness tonight, doing some work for the brothers Tomaselli, as I finally got to have a conversation with Sal after all these years. What a magical moment for me.
So Vito and Ben Jordan, but I saw so much more, and and things just happened. It was just one of those things, and we didn't it wasn't about us. It was about, we want to put Chicago represented in the right way, and people to understand. And guess what? Talent does come out of Chicago, and we can work with the best, and we can work whatever you need us to do. And at this point, it's surreal. I will, I even call myself the last of the Soul Touchers, and that's not taking away anything from Marche, Jazz, Jay, Willie. I'll never put those colors down, because that was a magical time in my life. No matter what I was dealing with personally, professionally in wrestling, that was the moment. If we had a booking, you best believe something silly or stupid would happen, and
Like sliding down a ramp on your ass.
yeah, that
the Philly stories. I'm sure we'll hear about that. That wasn't Philly. I thought that was Philly.
That was Baltimore.
That was Baltimore. I get it. I've heard the story so many times.
So many states sometimes.
Yeah.
The best one though was one of the best is doing Soldier Boy, doing the dance at our very first IWA Mid-South appearance. And if you watch the entrance, Too Cold Scorpio comes out of the back of the locker room, and he starts to do the dance with us. But he's in the back, and we don't know it,
Yeah.
And it's not till you see the video, and you're like, he was like, oh, I love you guys. You guys are so cool. You got the dance down. You guys can work. But it wasn't until we didn't know that, guess what? This guy heard the song and decided to come out. And then he started to do the dance, and it was like, really? Wow. Okay. So, that's just one. But, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Power Hour, oh my God. JPH, that was going fine until your surprise.
We've always got a few surprises up our sleeve here on the Power Hour. Next week, our surprises include a visit by the up-and-coming trios tag team known as the Workhorses. So the Workhorses will be on this show. You know the Workhorses.
I do.
You know the Workhorses.
I do.
I know the Workhorses. And then after next Tuesday night, you will all know the Workhorses, because they are a festive group of young kids. And then on July 5th, Chaz Moretti joins us here on the Power Hour to talk about the Midwest reunion, which obviously C-Red was just talking about. Get a chance, get some tickets, go down to Lake Zurich, come out on the 17th. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's a 12 to 3 thing, and it's going to be great. Some of the best in the business today, the best in the business in the past. It's a culmination of outstanding people and outstanding talent, and everybody that can go should go, because not only are you going to enjoy yourself, but you're going to learn a lot too. And I hope C-Red will tell some stories on that day, because that will just make everything great. That's all I got tonight, boys. Next week, like I said, the Workhorses will be here, and 3 of them versus 3 of us. I like our chances.
Remember, he doesn't.
Don't miss SCW this Saturday night, Steam Hollow Brewery in Manteno, Illinois, Rock and Wrestling, along with Shock the System. JPH from POW Entertainment obviously will be there.
ARC will be there.
The ARC will be in the house.
In its entirety.
And I never thought I'd ever say this in my life, but I'm going to say it now. The hero of SCW will also be there, and that is Aaron Xavier and the Angel. Because right now, they have basically put our wounded company on their back and are carrying us. And now we've got Max Holiday that took the POW title.
Would you like to know who they're going to face?
Huh?
Would you like to know who they're going to face?
Who are they going to face?
Probably the RC.
Oh, Miles versus Renee, huh? Miles and Renee versus Evil Gains and Evil. Is that a match? I was not aware of that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, since Steve never wanted to get to the card, let me get to the card.
We'll get it real quick. Then we got to go. Roll.
JPH versus Carrot versus Mulligan for the Genesis title.
Wow, a triple threat match for the Genesis title. That's unusual.
Bane X and Amazon versus Kendall Fire and Haven Harris.
Ooh, Kendall Fire and Haven Harris. Don't sleep on those guys. They're talented.
Angel versus Renee Van Peebles for the #1 contendership.
Ooh, I've seen that match. I've seen that match before. I've seen that match a time or two.
Aaron Xavier versus the king of the whole show, Miles Mercer.
And Aaron Xavier wins again.
Nah. Sheik and VIP versus El Dorado in a handicap match. And Marco Anthony versus Xavier DeFalce.
Well, I'll tell you about that match, C-Red.
Thought we had to go.
We do. Real quick about that match. Stop with this. Stop. I don't need any more Ryan Neeser moments. I don't need anything. I'm not even looking at it. I'm not looking at it. I don't want to know. We got
Screenshot.
Stop that. We in that match, Marco Anthony and I have not always seen eye to eye. And then Xavier DeFaust, part of the Bad Hombre cartel, just swerved Jimmy Blade. So I'm kind of a fan. So even though they're pal, I might be a little conflicted in that match because I've got a little bit of love for Xavier now.
I'm sending this to you. Really.
Don't look at it. Don't open it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. It's not a dick pic either. It's not a dick pic. You can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. Don't open it.
The internet is undefeated.
Keep it close. Just like God. God and the internet, both undefeated.
Ladies and
Come out to Steve Hollow. We'll see you next week. See Red. I love you, man.
Love you.
Rion, I love you, man.
Is it Rion or what did he call him?
Ryan.
Ryan.
So when he was addressed like Deezer, and he thought he was talking anyway. It was.
He's talking to me.
I know.
You know, we just sometimes throw things to the wall and hope they stick.
No, you throw
So,
it.
you don't.
Right.
Catch whatever happens.
you
Go for it.
Go eat your tacos. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching the Power Hour. I'm Steve for Rion and the Urban Sensation C-Red. Workhorses next week. Goodbye, everybody.